I ended up getting this guy under contract within 2 days. By Friday, he was under contract because I told him, I'm like, look, I can help you, but we need to move fast. We had just 1 day to stop this auction. The house actually mistakenly got sold at the auction. He says, hey, I'm working with a short sale agent to sell my property as a short sale. Please stop calling my phone. What's up, dogs? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about a deal where I made $15,000 on a deal that the seller backed out on after we stopped their auction for them. Real quick, I want to take a second to shout out to the Dog Pound Discord. Everybody who's in there, y'all are absolutely crushing it. We've been doing role plays in there for 60 days straight. We're in there helping each other out. If you truly want to figure out how to get your first deal, or even if you've done deals and you want to figure out how can you help other people get deals and grow like you did, join that Discord right now. The link is in the description below. Make sure you guys click the link right here. It's literally right here. Right there. Yeah. So this is a lead. This lead actually came from Facebook. This was a JV lead. This was a time where I was strictly JV model, and I had a virtual assistant that was actually running my Facebook page, and her number one job was to go into Facebook groups and find wholesalers that needed help closing creative deals. So she would post every single day in these Facebook groups, and I would get banned from groups, and I was getting blocked from Facebook every other week because she was just in there going hard. Like, we even had a bot in there that was made my Facebook a CRM. The wholesaler actually reached out. This was a lead where the seller was going through pre-foreclosure. She knew that we could help, but she didn't know how to help. But she's seen my face in all these groups talking about, I do creative finance. Here's the calls that I had, call recordings on there. People knew that I did deals, right? Like, there was no way that you would just even think that I didn't do deals because it was all right in front of your face in every single group. I tried to be annoying, right? That was my job in Facebook. That's what I told my VA. Your job is to be annoying, be in every single group. So she knew that I closed deals. So she reached out and she wanted my help. So she submitted the lead to the portal, jvwithdaryl.com. So she knew that we could close deals. She needed our help, and she reached out. She clicked that link, jvwithdaryl.com, right there, that link right there, jvwithdaryl.com. My team reached out. They set up a call for me, and in the notes, it said that it was a pre-foreclosure. So I knew that I had to get on this one really fast. I had to treat it with urgency and care because pre-foreclosure leads are very special. You have to treat them very differently, and you have to ask certain questions and get certain information to be able to really help the seller out. So I did that, got him on the phone. Turns out his story was he had lost his job. He was living in Houston, Texas. He had lost his job due to COVID, ended up falling in a hole, got behind on his payments, got a new job. So now he's back up. He can handle payments again, and he's working. But now he has a balance that he just couldn't get rid of. And now at this point, I got the lead submitted to me on a Wednesday. The auction was on the following Tuesday. So we had to move fast, like really, really fast. So I ended up getting this guy under contract within 2 days. By Friday, he was under contract because I told him, I'm like, look, I can help you, but we need to move fast. So here's what we can do. We locked the contract up on Friday. I told him exactly what we could do. I even felt bad for the guy, right? I told him instead of us just taking over his mortgage and catching up his arrears, why don't I even give him some money to walk away with? Because the house needed a lot of work, and he wanted what market value was after the house was fixed up. And I'm like, I can't really do that, but I could get you some money possibly, right? But we have to move fast. And what we did was we got him under contract, and mind you, we had just 1 day because this is a Friday, right? Everything closes on the weekends. We had just 1 day to stop this auction. And we ended up stopping it. We got the guy to file for bankruptcy. So we didn't stop the auction, we postponed it, and we got the auction pushed back. So it was so close. If you did not know, you can stop an auction up until the day that house is sold, right? Up until that time that house is sold, you can stop this auction. And we had up until, like I said, the auction started to stop it. But we ended up getting the auction pushed back by having the seller file for bankruptcy. The house actually mistakenly got sold at the auction. So the seller had called me. He was frantic. He was like, hey, Daryl, what's going on? Somebody just came up to my house, showed me a piece of paper, said that they bought my house, and they said I need to be gone by tomorrow. And I was like, what? First of all, that's illegal. Calm down, man. Like, they're not even allowed to do that. Second of all, let's figure this out. We ended up figuring it out, and they got the property rescinded. They rescinded the sale, so they sent the buyer, the investor, his money back, and they did not transfer the deed. So it's a crazy situation. We ended up stopping his auction successfully, right? And I'm like, okay, great. This is great. We're gonna now do a loan modification. I'm gonna get him some money, and I was actually planning to move into this house. Long story short, we're trying to get the loan modification process started. I'm reaching out just about every other day to get this process started, because mind you, I'm really looking to move into this. My lease was up the next month, so I had to move into somewhere. So forget the deal actually closing. Like I needed somewhere to move, and that was the plan. So this guy's just ghosting us at this point. He's not answering the phone. I'm like, man, what is going on? I reach out to my JV partner who sent the lead in, because he's just not answering my phone calls. He's just ghosting me. And I said, hey, can you reach out to this guy and see what's going on? Because I had a feeling that he was trying to work with somebody else. And lo and behold, she calls him. He says, hey, I'm working with a short sale agent to sell my property as a short sale. Please stop calling my phone. So I'm like, wow, that is crazy. Okay, cool. So the first thing I did was, and I should have done this from the jump when I first got the property under contract, was filed a memorandum. What is a memorandum? A memorandum pretty much clouds title, and it makes it so nobody can sell this property until I get paid. So what I did was, because my paperwork is set up in a way that I am legally allowed to file a memorandum, was I went online, deeds.com, literally, deeds.com. It's that simple. Go on deeds.com, upload the memorandum, and boom, they record it in the county. So I decided to do that and just play the waiting game. Right now, I wasn't expecting to get paid until maybe another year, right? I don't know when they were going to get this done, but I forgot about it until a few months ago. I got an email from a short sale agent saying that they were looking to close escrow on this property in Houston that I had a memorandum on. And they were asking me to kindly remove my memorandum for a fee. Actually, they didn't even ask for a fee. They just asked me to remove my memorandum. And I'm like, sure, of course I'll remove my memorandum. But hey, I was supposed to make money on this. I won't remove it until I get paid. I always put myself in a position to where I'm not the final decision maker. So I told them, hey, I will reach out to my team and see how much they're going to charge for us to release the memorandum, because us stopping this auction was not free. We actually paid to do it, right? And the interest that we put into the property, the work that we put into the effort, it costs money. So I told them to come back to me with an offer on how much they think is worth for me to release the memorandum. Now, I waited for a day, and I felt so disrespected when she came back and offered me $450 to release this memorandum. I almost laughed, right? If I was drinking coffee or something, I would have spit it out, because it was just so funny, right? And I told her, I said, there's absolutely no way that $450 will do the job. I said, my team was looking to make way more money on this deal. Now, I understand that this is something that you're working hard on, and we worked hard on this as well. So there's no way that my team would approve $450. I went back and talked to them, and they were around the $15,000 range. And she came back to me. She says, she doesn't think that would work. She needs to talk to her team. All this extra stuff that I wasn't hearing, because who's in control? I am. They can't make a move. They can't do anything until I give them the green light, until I release my memorandum. So I put my foot down. And I told her, I said, hey, I love the fact that you're looking to, negotiate and get paid off of this, and even help the seller out. I tried to help him out as well. All right. But there's no way that we take this much of a loss on this property. Now, either what we can do is you guys pay $15,000 and I'll release the property, or I don't release it and I end up being the buyer on this house, because originally that's what it was supposed to be. I was supposed to be the buyer on this house. Yeah, they came back with the $12,500, and I felt like that was a win, but it wasn't a win enough. I wanted to win a little bit more. Maybe if she wouldn't have offered me that $450 in the beginning, I would have let the $12,500 rock, and she didn't. So I decided to keep going. I said, $12,500 sounds amazing, and I appreciate you for that offer, but it just doesn't work. My team says $15,000 or nothing. And what she said to me was, You know, the buyer says that they can't do the 12,500, but I really want to make this work. So I'll put in the rest of the money that's owed, that 2,500, and we'll make up for that 15,000. Sound good? Perfect. I said it's perfect. Let me know when you guys are ready to close. I'll send the papers over. We'll close. And that's it. That whole process took about 9 months overall. And honestly, I had checked this out. I had took a loss on this deal in my mind. I completely forgot about it. And when I got that random email months later, I was super happy, super grateful. Like, wow, so thankful that I have the right paperwork in place and I actually follow the steps to file a memorandum. Now, I have a few other properties right now that I'm just waiting on that same email. And I suggest if you are not doing this right now, every property you get under contract, file a memorandum on it. And not only that, make sure your paperwork states in there that you are legally allowed to file a memorandum at any given time. Dog Pound Nation, shout out to you. Thank you for watching every single day because we're dropping a new video every day. So make sure you're subscribed and you like the channel, and drop a comment below. If you have any questions about memorandums or how that process goes, drop a comment. I'm going to respond to every single comment under this post. Peace.